All right, now we're going to find the equation of the rational function. So if I look, it looks like it's almost getting to this line, horizontal line, but it's not. Oops, that's the wrong color. Therefore, my horizontal asymptote is y equals 2. And then if you look vertically, it looks like it's almost getting to -1, but it's not quite getting there. Therefore, we know the domain, all real numbers except x can equal -1. The range, all real numbers, but y cannot equal 2. Okay? The last thing you need is the equation. If it says function, I'll respect the function and give it f of x. Now, I know there's an x in the denominator. We do the opposite of what the vertical asymptote is, +1, and the horizontal asymptote, which is +2. Now, the only problem is we don't know what number is going to go there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a point. I'll pick this point right here because that seems very obvious to me. So I'm going to pick the point 0, 5, and I'm going to take 0, plug it in for x, and 5 and plug it in for y. So I'm going to go 5 equals, I don't know what's there, 0 plus 1 plus 2. So I plugged in 0, and I plugged in 5, and I need to figure out what that is. I can call it a whatever. So 0 plus 1 is, I'll call it x now, because now I know I'm solving for x. Maybe I'll call it a, so I don't think I'm focused there. Times, I'll subtract 2, and then I multiply by 1. So a equals 3. Now that I know this is exactly a equals 3, boom, that is my function. Okay? Let's try another one. Okay? If I look here, horizontal, looks like it's almost touching the 6, but it's not. All real numbers, y cannot equal 6. Vertical asymptote, it looks like it's almost touching the 5, but not doing that. So all real numbers, but x cannot equal 5. And now I know the function. I'll call it g of x just to be interesting this time. The x is on the bottom, that's why it's rational. Do the opposite, straight shooter. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to pick a point that works for me. Ooh, this is kind of hard. It looks like 4, -1. That looks like to me. Okay? And let's be honest. If it looks like that one looks close, but I know it's not. As long as you show me your work and it makes sense to me, it's fine. Okay? So 4, -1. I'm going to rewrite that. Means -1 goes in for y equals question mark over my x is 4 minus 5 plus 6. Okay? So -1 equals question mark over -1 plus 6. Subtract 6 to both sides. -7 equals, I'll call it a over -1. A equals 7. Now that I have my a, boom, there's my equation. Okay? I'll do one more to make sure we're good to go. Okay? So let's do number 3. Horizontal asymptote. Y equals -3. Vertical asymptote looks like x equals 0. So let's go domain, all real numbers. But x cannot equal 0. All real numbers, but y can't equal -3. Do my function f of x equals x on the bottom. You don't need to add 0, so it's just like that. I'll do a question mark, and remember that's a straight shooter. All right, let's find a place where they cross. That looks close. This is a hard one. It looks like it crosses right here. So I'm going to take that point right there. And that's the point 4, -2. Okay? As long as I show my work, I'll take it for you, okay? But you have to be reasonable about it. So my y is -2 equals question mark over x minus 3. Oops. My x is 4. Add 3 to both sides. 1 equals a over 4. A, multiply both sides by 4. A equals 4. So I got my a. Boom. My a goes right there. There's my equation, just so you can see how I got it. Your additional homework is to do numbers 4, 5, and 6.